We're talking to Konny Zsigo from WDA. We just finished up the mobile and digital to mobile panel.
Right.
And we just had a couple questions we want to ask you. One
Sure.
is, we want to know what the greatest benefit is of attending a NARM convention.
Well, the way I look at it is it's still such a highly competitive industry, and there's so many people that are trying to make a name for themselves. The difference between success or failure is often just knowledge, and really just the single idea or the single point that you can pull away from a conference like this is often the difference between success or failure. So I think what NARM represents is an excellent programming venue, a place where good intellectual property is being delivered to the people that attend it. In other words, it's a place to get smarter, and being smart is what's critical in determining success or failure in an industry that's as competitive and complicated as this one is.
And how many NARM conventions is this for?
This is actually my very first one, and I was blown away because I do go to other conferences around the world. I go to MIDEM often, but there's something about this one that seems to be, I don't know, a little bit more streetwise, a little bit more right to the point. It's not so grandiose and what's going to happen on the big global stage. It's more what can I personally do to succeed in my business. And I actually like that better because it's speaking a little bit more directly to the audience.
And how do you think this NARM convention is going to influence how you do business?
Well, I've already gotten some interesting perspectives from some people that I wouldn't have expected. I mean, the people that have small labels and that are individual artists have come up and asked me questions and have also given me some insight back. And so I think it kind of forced me to recognize that there's a lot of good information from people that attend these events. And so you really need a bi-directional dialogue if you're going to succeed, and for a company like mine. So it's important that my company doesn't get all too confident about where we are and where we're positioned in the industry, just because we've done it for so many years. This industry is changing rapidly, and some of the best ideas come from the people that are seeking knowledge. So it's really a bi-directional exchange of information that's important. So I guess, to answer your question, how is it changing? I guess to me, I've decided that I need to listen a little bit more because what I heard was really important to me.
And what advice would you give to artists looking to expand into the digital and mobile markets?
It's audience aggregation first and foremost. You need to have and build an audience around your band and your brand. So it's important for you to understand who's coming to your shows, who's buying your albums, and it's important for you to get your metadata together around that subject. So the metadata that I talk about, it's not just the basic stuff like ISRC codes and track names and things like that. It's also, what are the age and the demographics people that come to my shows, listen to my music? Are they male? Are they female? Predominantly, are they young or old? Are they interested in other types of bands? Anything that a marketer could use to help identify who it is that the band represents. So it's a way of, bands and music are a way of getting at specific audiences, especially for corporate entities that are looking to sponsor. So if you're trying to get into the corporate world, where you try to make a jingle for something, or you try to get corporate endorsement or sponsorship, one of the most important things you need to know is, who am I reaching with my music? And so if I get a good idea of who I'm reaching with my music, I become suddenly much more attractive to that pool of money.
That's definitely very good points. And I think the last thing, I just wanted, this is just something that I've been asking the different panelists, that's about music. Do you have any certain artists or albums that really resonate with you, that sort of changed your perspective, altered who you are? I don't know, that's a little large, but just classic albums. It could be something current. What musically has really moved you?
I think I hate to date myself, but Dark Side of the Moon,
classic,
Pink Floyd. It's just because it broke a lot of things. It's like to understand that music, experience that music, to enjoy it. you can't listen to it for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not a 3.5 minute song. You got to listen to the whole thing, and I love that. And so it's something that I can. It's not a song that you turn on for a little bit, then you move on to the next song or the next song. It's not really a great Pandora experience. You know, it's something you just turn it on and you leave it on. And besides classical music, perhaps it's like that. This was sort of more mainstream, but yet had that same feel. So for me, that was transformative.
How often do you revisit that album?
Oh, it's on there at least once a month.
Oh, okay.
At least.
Pretty recent.
Yeah, sure. Got to have my Floyd.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Konny. We appreciate you taking the time.
All right, thanks.